Hello, it has been 300 years since I last did a video on YouTube. So much has happened since I last filmed. I think I was at university when I last did a video, but I've been getting messages and emails about topics and things, so I thought I'd start with a Christian girl tag. I haven't properly looked at the question, so it's going to be quite authentic. I'll start with the first one though, and it is, how long have you been saved and when did you become saved? I don't know. It's one of those things of like, I've known Jesus for as long as I can remember, and so I don't really know when I officially became a Christian, which is kind of annoying because I have friends that have like actual like anniversaries, they know the day they got saved. I don't have that, but my mum always kind of calms me and says that like, you don't, I think it's from Zach Poonen, she heard that you don't have to know your birthday to know that you're alive. I know I'm alive now, but yeah, I don't know when it all started, but I do know a real transitional point for me was around the age of 17, just before I went to university, around that time where I took a real ownership of my faith. I can't deny the many years before that I definitely had a relationship with God, but yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. 2. What is your favourite Bible verse and what does it mean to you? Proverbs is probably one of my favourite books in the Bible. Proverbs 4 is probably one of my favourite chapters, and in that chapter is 2 of my favourite verses. The first one is, guard your heart for it determines the course of your life. And then the second one is, the way of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn which shines ever brighter until the full light of day. I love the guard your heart verse because it's just so important. I personally, I don't know whether everyone has this problem, but I'm a really absorbent person, so I really have to be careful what I take in so many different ways because it does stuff to my head. Like it's I have to be really cautious about it. The second one, the way of the righteous shines brighter until the perfect light of day. I think it's just a picture of salvation. There should be some form of continual progress. It doesn't always mean smooth progress. I know that. It's always a great hope for me. What's your favourite Christian song and why? Oh no, that is like picking your favourite child. Dude, I can't do that. I can't do that. I have so many people that I listen to. I'm gonna go with artists. I love CeCe Winans. She was a childhood favourite that I've kind of really like recently gotten back into. I love the Collingsworths, the Gaithers, the Martins. I love Karen Hawthorne, is that her name? I'm gonna go on my Spotify and check. Arlene Check, I think she's a classic worship leader and she has inspired me to worship from a really early age. I think she's great. Jackie Velasquez, she's kind of like a Latina Christian singer. She does music in English as well. She's really good. I like Amy Grant, Chris August, James Wilson, Toby Mac, King and Country. King and Country are good. But that's really hard. I know I've probably missed out. Oh, a song that always gets me. I don't even really listen to his music, but this one song is More Than Anything by Lamar Campbell. Every time I listen to it, like I want to burst into tears. It's amazing. I don't know if it's my favourite song, but it's definitely like the most, like one of the most, I don't know, personal songs to me. It's just really beautiful. The words are gorgeous. It's great. What is your favourite Christian book? Again, that's hard. I definitely can't pick a favourite. Right now, the most recent one I've been, I literally keep it by my bedstand. It's Gay Girl, Good God. I know this is an old book, like it was published a couple years ago, but I only recently started listening to it because I think Jackie Hill Perry is pretty epic. Like, I think she's great. I want to get into more fictional books now. You know that kind of vibe when you lose yourself in a book? I want that, and I haven't had that for a long time. I've kind of been looking at like spiritual development books or personal development books, so if you have any recommendations, do let me know. What is your favourite thing about church? I love the community of church. I love walking into a room and knowing pretty much every single person there and feeling like you're a part of this extended family and that they love you and you love them. I remember it was really strange at university when I walked into a church for the first time in my life and I didn't know people, and it was just such a weird experience. I still loved it, but I love the family. The community is really, really amazing. If you could meet Jesus right now, what would your first question or action be? I know people always are like, oh, when I meet God, I'm gonna ask him one or two things. And I'm like, let's just get real. Like, you're not gonna, all the questions you've ever had are gonna slip away. You're not gonna think about anything. You're gonna be shook. So I can't think of a question that I would ask Jesus. In terms of actions, I've always heard that, like, from sort of like near-death experiences, that people are like, oh, I hugged Jesus, or I had this amazing experience with him and I just felt so loved. Like, I've never felt a hug like that before. Like, I would really like to have a hug like that. So that'd probably be the first thing I want to do, but in reality I'd probably just flop on the floor and like burst into tears. So yeah. Oddest place you have ever prayed? On a Dumbo ride in Disneyland Paris, probably. I don't like heights. Are you ready if Jesus were to come tomorrow? Oh, yes and no. It's always this thing about, theoretically I understand that I believe in him, I trust him for my salvation, I do not depend on my own merits because they don't mean a thing, and I know that by principle, if you believe in Jesus, you're ready for him. But, like, you know, I'm just constantly faced with my own personal failures, and sometimes I still don't understand this grace thing. To be honest, like, I know it's a really weird thing to say as a Christian, but I don't think my mind's really clicked. So there are moments, a lot of moments, that I just sit and I'm like, how does God even love me right now? Like, but I'm working on understanding that grace thing because it's just mind-blowing. How do you openly share your faith? With this, I think it's just like, for example, I talk about my family in and out of conversation all the time because they are a huge part of my life. At the same time, God is my life, so I don't really think so much about, oh, I should probably mention him right now. Like, it just happens, like, it just comes out of conversation. I will mention God. It's part of my life, and if you don't want to hear about him, then you probably shouldn't be friends with me because it's going to happen. That's it. Those are the 9 questions. Again, I do have topics that you've emailed me and I will be looking through them. And I hope to be doing a video again pretty soon. It won't be that long this time. Hope you have a great week. Read your Bible and pray every day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.